Hello everyone, in this video I'll show you the Nissan Gran Turismo Racer 35 model of the blogger Bulkin, which I created completely from scratch out of a block of modeling clay like this. I made this model over the course of almost 6 months. This was a difficult and painstaking project, and if you give a like for my work, I would really appreciate it. This is how the model looks at the final stage of sculpting, and now I'll briefly show you how I made such an accurate copy of the car out of clay. To start, I create the base of the car, which will support the entire body and all the parts of the vehicle. I use blueprints to ensure the correct proportions of the car's body. On this base that I've made, I gradually add various underbody parts to create a high quality and detailed model. I designed this model for a collection, making the car's structure sturdy to ensure it would last long after finishing the underbody. I start making the side parts of the body from very thick pieces of modeling clay and glue everything together with super glue for extra strength. After attaching these side parts, I also make the rear part. Then I cut off the excess clay to create the necessary curves and shapes of the body, just like the original. To do this, I carefully study the 3D model to make the body shapes as accurate as possible, cutting off everything necessary and giving the body the right shape. I attach thin layers, and on this final layer I give the parts their final shape. I highlight the rear part, cut out the headlights, the license plate area, and the lower part of the bumper. Next, I outline the doors and the sill with a sharp tool like this, and then I make the roof pillars according to the blueprint to get the correct shape. After that, I finish working on the rear part completely and then use the same method to move on to the front part. I made the hood, then worked on the interior. Of course, it wasn't easy to create all these small details, but with NSP clay, it's convenient to do. It's very hard and holds its shape well. After the interior, I installed the roof, made the spoiler, and finished various final details to show you this clay model. Almost 6 months of work, and I made an almost exact copy of a real Nissan just out of clay. The next step is painting, although even without paint the model looks great. I painted the model with a spray can, first covering it with a layer of primer and then applying the main blue color, similar to the one on Bulkin's GTR. And after all these stages of creation, here's what I managed to make. The GTR turned out really cool and high quality. This is the best clay model I've ever made. And Sasha, if you're watching this video, I hope I managed to surprise you once again. I made the first Nissan GTR of Bulkin because something expensive and unpleasant happened with the second one. It's about clutch overheating. 4WD stop and wait for the light to turn off. And with this one, I'm sure he only had positive emotions and impressions, so I wanted to make exactly the first GTR for his collection, but more on that a bit later. Let's talk about the color. Originally it has a dark blue gloss, but mine is matte. Why, you ask? Because the car didn't look very nice in gloss. If you look closely, you could see the body imperfections, and in the light reflections it didn't look very nice. But in the matte version, the car looks smooth. No imperfections catch the eye. Even though I work a lot with modeling clay, I still can't make the body panels perfectly smooth. His Gran Turismo Racer was also wrapped in a film with a beautiful, intricate pattern, and I just wouldn't be able to replicate that style, so I made a regular stock look, and I hope he'll like this matte Gran Turismo Racer. I tried to do everything just like in Sanya's original GTR, the same blue wheels with the Volk Racing logo, original Volk Racing race wheels. The same rear white lights with a red circle, rear optics.
Yes. Rear lights, yes, they're white. The only thing is, I decided to keep the Nissan badge on the trunk.
And a black interior with all the buttons on the dashboard and the Gran Turismo Racer logo on the steering wheel. I sculpted, cut clay, and glued everything together. It's detailed work, and this is my beautiful result. In this model, I used a new method to create chrome elements like the headlights and mirrors. I did this using a chrome marker which paints with liquid chrome, and it turned out to be a real find for me. With it, the model looks even better and more realistic. And it was actually recommended to me by a subscriber in the comments, for which I am very grateful. The car's proportions and body geometry turned out exactly as they should. I spent a lot of time making sure the body shapes were correct, checking everything against the blueprints. For this model, I made the windows out of transparent material, cut them to the right size for the windows and headlights, and then just glued them on. That's how I managed to make realistic and beautiful lights with my own hands. Also, in this model, I made turning wheels for the first time so that they rotate together. In my previous models, the wheels could turn but only individually. Now I'll show you what I made. The engine in this Nissan GTR, I examined and sculpted it in Forza Horizon 5. And this is how the car looks from underneath. I did a complete detailing of the underbody. Actually, just like on all my models, the model feels really heavy in your hands. Since I used a lot of modeling clay to create this car, its weight turned out to be quite substantial. It weighs 393 grams, and for comparison, that Rolls-Royce weighed 430 grams, the Gran Turismo Racer turned out a bit lighter, and the Rolls-Royce itself is bigger. The cars are all at a 1/24 scale. This is already the 5th car of Sanya Bulkin that I've made out of clay. The very first one was an Audi RS6, where you could really tell that the model was made of clay. Then I sculpted the Audi R8, after that the BMW M5 F90, then the pink Rolls-Royce Amiral, and this Gran Turismo Racer. It would be great if Sanya also filmed his reaction to this video, because it's really interesting and it's much more enjoyable for me to watch him be surprised by my work. And if he doesn't mind, I would also like to send him this model, just like the Rolls-Royce, so he can keep it in his collection. The model can easily stand on its wheels in a room and nothing will happen to it. Let this be a birthday present for him. Of course, it's very late, but still, I tried to finish the Gran Turismo Racer by January, but I didn't make it in time. Actually, I've been his subscriber for a very long time. I've been watching him since 2013 when I was still in school myself. I remember those Beam NG episodes with Sherbinin and delivering dumplings, and now I have my own adult personal life, and soon I'll even be getting married. Also, if you want me to sculpt a new cool BMW M3 Touring Sunny, then write about it in the comments and leave a like, so that I can see that you're really interested and want to see this watermelon made out of clay by me. And I will definitely make it even better and more beautiful than this GTR A, and next I will show you the step-by-step process of creating this Gran Turismo Racer. Here's how I made Bulkina's Gran Turismo Racer from clay. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Subscribe to my creative channel, leave a like. Thank you for watching this video, and goodbye to everyone.